Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Folge 69 von If My Heart Had Wings und der 16. Folge auf Kotoris Route. In der letzten Folge waren unsere Soaring Club Member eine Weile mit dem Glider unterwegs und haben einige Testflüge gemacht mit Kotori als Pilotin mal. Gegen Ende ist allerdings ihre Schwester Hibari aufgetaucht, ist total ausgerastet, dass Kotori fliegt und ja, Drama Time. Mal schauen, was sich daraus jetzt entwickelt.
And that's everything relating to what happened yesterday and my family circumstances. I'm sorry for bothering everyone.
After explaining the situation to everybody, Kotori bowed her head deeply. Because I had already told everyone about the balloon incident and that Kotori kept flying the glider secret from her parents and Hibari-san, nobody was surprised.
That's all well and good, but are you going to continue? That's the plan, at least until the end of summer. What do you mean? I made a promise with Hibari-ne. I said I'd tell my parents everything myself once summer vacation was over, and asked her to keep it from them until then.
Although Hibari-san didn't agree with it, in the end she granted Kotori's request. She always holds her little sister dear to her.
I think that if my parents knew about the glider, they'd be against it. But it's not just that. I'm sure they would force me to go back home. Oh no. Therefore, if they tell me to stop, I'm planning to quit the club at the end of this summer. Quit? Wait, that's... I'm sorry, Ageha.
Ageha bit her tongue as Kotori apologized. She knew that persisting would only bother Kotori.
Wouldn't it be alright if you remained a member of the club and just stopped flying?
Kotori shook her head.
I don't think he'd allow me to do anything related to it, and I don't think he would believe me.
We won't know how her father will react until it actually happens. But she did keep it a secret. It would be naive to think her parents would believe her again after that.
Besides, thanks to you all, I already know what it feels like to fly. I don't think I could stay anywhere near a glider if I knew I wouldn't be able to fly ever again. We all reap what we sow. It can't be helped. I have to take responsibility.
Asa-chan looked downhearted. Even Yori-chan seemed like she couldn't come to terms with this.
Then I guess I'd quit too.
Okay. Chain reaction.
What?
Wait a minute, what are you talking about?
Well, I'm only here because it's fun. If it's not fun, it's not worth doing. If Kotori won't be here, I'll quit too.
Ageha sat and folded her arms behind her head, looking bored. What? You'll quit?
Don't be ridiculous. We made it this far after all this trouble. We all worked together to fix the glider so that Amane-chan could fly. Even after the garage was destroyed, thanks to Asa-chan, we have found such a great place for our activities. And now we finally improved the airframe so that we can fly again and do our normal club activities.
Ageha playing the right back at you card?
Well, yeah. For me, it doesn't matter if it's gliders or whatever. If I thought the robotics club was more fun, I would have stayed in it. But making stuff with you, Aoi and Amane-senpai is more interesting. That's why I picked this club. Kotori, I just enjoy doing stuff with you. If you're not here, I feel like it will be boring.
Das fühlt sich einfach irgendwie ein bisschen rude an, keine Ahnung. Also wenn sie danach nicht mehr will, ist verständlich, aber irgendwie die Art, wie sie es sagt, ist... I don't like it.
Ageha.
Kotori stared at Ageha with happiness but also frustration. I think the same.
Aoi-kun, even you?
It's not that I wanted to fly a glider. Well, it is really fun and I like it a lot, but what I'm enjoying the most is flying with all my friends. If I only wanted to fly, I could have just gone to the gliding field this whole year and keep flying until I was sick of it. It was really fun and I'd like to continue doing it. But what I truly wanted wasn't flying. If we can't do it together...
But what about Asa?
Asa-chan looked like she was about to cry.
No, I'm fine. I mean, I'll be sad if it's all over, but this friendship is so beautiful. Besides, I feel the same. I didn't join the soaring club just because I wanted to try flying. Auf einmal geht es doch friends we made along the way. War das nicht bisher einfach komplett gar nicht so? Also basically überhaupt nicht? Also klar ist, dass es kommt rüber, dass sie so eine Gruppe von Freunden sind und ja auch teilweise so Dinge zusammen machen wie Beach Episode und was sonst eigentlich. Ja, keine Ahnung. Sonst machen die halt eigentlich in ihrer Freizeit nicht wirklich was zusammen, ne? Die beschäftigen sich ja nur mit dem Gleiter, oder? Und sie wohnen halt zusammen, deshalb hängen sie sowieso aufeinander, aber... Ja. Aber sonst... Ich glaube, alle haben immer gesagt, so, ja, wir wollen fliegen und dieses Ziel erreichen. Und ich glaube, es hat einfach niemand jemals so die Freundschaft dabei betont, glaube ich, oder? Kann das sein? Oder vergesse ich gerade einfach Dinge? Hm. Anyway. I joined it because I wanted to be friends with everyone. So hat es allerdings nicht angefangen. Das ist jetzt einfach nicht richtig. What? Asa. That was so forced. It wasn't, it's true.
Okay, gut. Das Spiel ist aware.
Well, I guess if you only wanted to fly, you just have to ask Grandpa and you could do it in no time. That said, if you retire, then the soaring club will be immediately disbanded. No, don't do that. I'll feel responsible for it. Isn't it fine to you to feel like that? It's the truth, after all.
You're the club president to begin with.
You guys... Well, enough talk about that. Until the end of summer, let's just aim for the morning glory with all our might, just like we've been doing so far. After that, who cares? That means nothing will change. Let's do our best, Kotori-senpai.
I guess hardships can bring people closer. It appears everyone felt the same.
Oh, maybe we should tell her about that.
Ah, that's right. Okay. It's about the real thing. That is when the morning glory appears, or so. We thought that you should be the main pilot for that, Kotori.
Huh?
Asa-chan clasped her hands, and Kotori made a troubled face as she listened to me in puzzlement. You've got enough skill to be the pilot. You don't have enough experience, but I can make up for it.
But, Aoi-kun, don't you want to fly yourself?
I can't say I don't, but even if someone else is piloting, it's fine by me as long as we make it above the clouds.
Agehag, guys, you alright with this? You see, I don't really want to fly all that much.
Ja, wie oft soll ich das noch sagen?
If someone else wants to fly, I'll let them without hesitation. If everyone is fine with that, it's fine by me too. I'm just an outsider. Everyone, thank you. All of this for my sake.
Kotori looked like she was almost moved to tears.
Ah, one correction. It's not really for your sake.
Huh?
I'm doing this for myself.
Same here.
Me too.
Me too. Kotori didn't know how to react and had a complex expression. The mismatch between her bewildered face and overflowing tears is slightly amusing.
So no need to hold back.
You can fly if you want to.
Okay.
Kotori smiled cheerfully while tears started spilling from her eyes again. I'm back. There was a note on the dining hall table. I'm going home for a bit. Kanako.
Kana won't be here today?
Ah, das war keine Frage. Seems so.
Same goes for us and Yoru. It's just the two of us,
And we all know what that means. Seems so.
Today was Asachan and Yodachan's turn for watch duty, so they were going to spend the night at the secret base. They said they will eat over there and had bought some snacks at a convenience store. It felt like they were having a trip. Even though we were conscious that we were all alone, we were acting as if this weren't the case. I got all sweaty, so I'll go wash my face. Kotori left the dining hall. I guess I'll get changed too. For some reason I got bothered by the sweaty smell too, so I went to my room and got changed. Don't come in until I call you, okay? Are you sure you'll be alright? Of course I'll be fine. Hat, make sure Kun doesn't come in. Badet sie oder was? If he tries to, you can attack without reservation. Quack! Hat threateningly flapped his wings. It couldn't be helped, so I left the kitchen. Kocht sie oder was? It seems like Kotori will be making dinner tonight. Okay. Since she doesn't want me to see how she cooks, she kicked me out of the kitchen. Will she really be alright? Won't she cut herself with a knife or burn herself by the stove? Well... muss ja mit klarkommen. Like any regular person. I got anxious and tried to peek through a gap in the door, but Hat was standing guard in front of the dining room like a loyal watchdog. It's not that I couldn't break through, but that would certainly make Kotori angry. Tonight I'd rather avoid the situation where she wouldn't talk to me the whole night or something. I'm worried. If I could only see her, I probably wouldn't be that concerned. Since I couldn't see anything, I got unnecessarily anxious. I strained my ears to hear what was happening. When I thought about it, something suddenly occurred to me. If Kotori's father knew about the glider, he'd probably feel like this. He probably doesn't know much about gliders or any details about the Soaring Club's activities. He only knows that we are flying, nothing else. If he knew his daughter is doing something dangerous, he would surely end up worrying excessively. Hibari-san might have only granted Kotori's wish to wait until the end of summer because she comes here every day and knows as well. The phone in the wall was ringing. In the hall, nicht wall. I rarely used it since I had a cell phone, but it was ringing now. Hat put himself on guard when he saw me, but I walked beside him and went to the entry hall. Who could it be? Kanako-san? Hello, Flying Fish Manor. Excuse me, is the manager Minase-san available? I heard a man's voice. Speaking. May I ask who's calling? This is Habane Kotori's father. My mind instantly went blank. Ah, good evening. As for her, right now she's... Oh no, I don't have any business with Kotori. A little flustered, her father corrected me. Huh, then why might you be calling? I want to speak with you, Minase-san. Speak with me? What could you want to talk to me about? Did Hibari-san tell him about the glider and he was mad at me for keeping it from him? Oh, does he want to tell me that he's going to take Kotori back home? I braced myself and listened to what Kotori's father had to say. I wanted to express my gratitude to you. Huh? Gratitude? Yes, Hibari has taught me a lot. Hearing Hibari-san's name startled me a little. But I immediately realized there was nothing to worry about. Otherwise there'd be no way he'd say anything about gratitude. I heard that Kotori came home thanks to you, Minase-san. Huh? You persuaded her when she was reluctant to return. No, I didn't really. Thanks to you we could spend some time together as a family after such a long time. Thank you. You called specifically to tell me this? I'm embarrassed to say it, but yes. I know this must have been quite confusing for you, but I just had to express my thanks. No, not at all. I'm happy I could help, even if only a little. I didn't know what to say, so I just went with a diplomatic reply. Relatable. Keine Ahnung, wie man mit sowas umgeht. He sounded to be about the same age as my own father. Kotori-san was happy too. She was very happy when she was telling us how she spent time at home. She was? He replied with a surprised and deeply moved tone. It seems that such a trivial thing has made him really happy. I can't tell him that she was the most excited about the pandas. I see. So, she was like that. Yeah. It wasn't a lie. She was also very happy when she was talking about spending time with her parents. I also asked Hibari about the homeroom teacher how she was doing. So he had spoken with the homeroom teacher too? In hindsight, it's only natural, but I hadn't thought about it until now. I heard she didn't fit in class, and that she had been doing poorly in specialist subjects. She didn't have any close friends, and had continued to skip school more often. He said bitterly. It had been worrying indeed. Just imagining how her father must have felt made my heart ache. This has been gradually changing since last summer, and now she has made friends and her grades have gotten better too. Yeah, when I started working here she didn't get along with the other boarders, but now she has opened up to them and they're on good terms now. I said this as cheerfully as I could. I wanted to ease his worries if only a little. Yes, I heard that from Hibari. It was all because you came there, Minase-san. I heard she's also making efforts to fit in class. Well, it wasn't just me. Meeting Amane-senpai and Ageha and coming across the glider all had a huge impact. It's not that I did anything special. You were just the trigger, I guess. But I didn't tell him that. Should I go get Kotori-san? Since you called, you could talk. No, it's alright. He refused clearly. She still hasn't forgiven us. His voice that had become slightly brighter got gloomy again. She hides, but we know how she feels. We're the reason she left home. Even though she had no interest in engineering. Kotori had lied that she was interested in engineering and went to Keifu Academy. Her parents believed her then, but soon realized it was a lie once they heard about her grades. At the same time, that lie revealed another hidden desire. My mom and dad always looked sad. It was like my life had ended. That continued for so long, I couldn't take it anymore, so I decided to leave the house. Those bitter thoughts had been revealed to her parents too. That was the reason Kotori's father didn't see her up until her recent trip back home. We are responsible for her lie. A deflated voice came out of the receiver. It was obvious that he had been living with this regret over the past few years. Ever since she left, our home hasn't been as lively as it used to be. But our family might become whole again. When Kotori came home the other day, my wife was delighted as well. It was as if we returned to the good old days. I talked with my wife after Kotori went back. If only that accident hadn't happened, I'm sure every day would have been like that. Yeah. Still, we might live together again someday. This is all thanks to you, Minase-san. I sensed the tinge of bitterness in his voice as he said his thanks. That told me how hard it is on him. I think Kotori-san changed because she herself wanted to. I and everyone else simply got closer to her as friends. It wasn't because of her legs. You help friends in need, that's all. I think anyone would change a little from the influence of their friends. I wasn't sure if I conveyed that right, but her father thanked me once again. Please take care of my daughter. And with those words he hung up. I put the receiver away with a sigh. If he had known about the glider, there was no way he would have thanked me like this. However, I didn't think I could tell him that. I didn't know what to do. It left me with a hazy feeling squeezing my chest. Were you on the phone? Huh? Yeah. Before I noticed, Kotori was behind me. Who was it? The gardener. I thought I'd get him to do some trimming soon. Hat has been going around and packing here and there, so it's a bit of a mess. I lied right away. Is dinner ready? I'm getting a little hungry. Yeah, it's done. Dinner was lined up at the dining hall table. Croquettes? That's my favorite food. I hope you like them. A mountain of croquettes was piled up on a large plate. All of them were fried to a neat light brown color, though a few cracked and lost their shape. I quickly took my seat. Can I eat? Yeah, go ahead. Thanks for the food. As soon as I said this, I dug into the steaming hot croquettes. Oh, these are great. Some are a bit different though. These are croquettes with meat and potatoes, and those are regular ones. Sind Croquettes einfach Kroketten? Weil mit Fleisch kann ich es mir nicht vorstellen. Croquettes with meat and potatoes? Oh, I haven't eaten those before. Kotori was watching me happily as I was greedily munching on her cooking. When did you learn to cook those? These croquettes are my mom's specialty. Ah, so that means... Kotori nodded. She promised me some time ago that she would make me something when she learns how to cook from her mom at home. Sie lernt es doch schon von dir. Oder nicht? Also einigermaßen. Sorry I took so long. I just couldn't find a good time. Croquettes do take quite a long time to make. Since our club activities kept us busy every day, she didn't have enough time. So this is what your mom's cooking tastes like. It's a secret recipe. She hasn't even taught Oni-chan yet. The coating was crispy and the filling was delectably soft. A few of them were a bit misshapen, but they were undoubtedly delicious. These go well with rice. Second. Ist da gerade Kroketten mit Reis? Sind das wirklich Kroketten? I lifted up my rice bowl like a kid, and Kotori happily moved her wheelchair to get me more. Go ahead, eat up. You can eat them all. I'd like to do that because they were so good, but there were just too many of them. The large plate had 2 regular plates worth of croquettes piled up in a pyramid. I ate as many of Kotori's croquettes as my stomach would allow. Ja, tatsächlich, Krokette ist Krokette. Okay. Oh, I'm full.